Hello again, and today we're going to be talking about web browsers. So Rick had asked, where can I find an alternative to Internet Explorer? So I thought this would be a good idea to go ahead and talk about web browsers in general and some of the options that you have. I'm not going to go through all the features of the web browsers right now, but if you want to go through that, then you can just ask a question on the website there. So the most popular web browser around at the moment is Internet Explorer, and it mostly has always been Internet Explorer because it's ease of use, and it normally comes with most PCs or pre-installed. So Internet Explorer would be the most popular, and a lot of users would use it. But say you didn't want to have it on your computer, you wanted to change your web browser for some reason. You have a list of alternatives, so we'll have a look at them. First alternative really would be Firefox. Now Firefox is created by the company Mozilla, and you'll find that Firefox is used a lot more by web developers and web designers and people who use computers in terms of creating things for the web, and that's because various reasons, and that's for there are very good plugins that can be installed in Firefox that are useful, and it also means that it's a lot more stable in terms of security in comparison to Internet Explorer. So the first option you have there is Firefox, and I'll be posting all the links of these browsers if you want to download some of them to try them out. I'll be posting that into the description there just before the video, so you can just check them out. Another one that's came on the scene recently there is Google Chrome. Now Google Chrome is the browser from Google, and they've really went back to the basics of web browsers and how they should work, and they started off by giving the user the tabs are the most important thing in web browsers. So just up here at the top you'll see there's Google Chrome tab that's already open, and you just open a new tab, and you just keep opening tabs, but every tab has its own address bar and has its own buttons. Whereas if I go back to Firefox here, and if I open a new tab in Firefox, the same the tabs are below the address bar, so it can get a bit confusing if you're wondering where things are in terms of your tabs and what you've got open. So Google have really changed this, and they've put the tabs above, so each tab is sort of like a complete new environment. And you'll find as well sometimes the tabs would crash, and they would it means that it would bring your whole browser down, but not in Google Chrome. This doesn't happen. Each tab is like a little application that runs on its own. So say if this tab crashed, I could just close it and these other two tabs would be fine. Whereas in another browser such as Firefox, more than likely the whole browser would have to be closed down, including all your tabs. So that's a nice little feature from Google Chrome. Going away from the more popular browsers, you can now have Opera is another one that's it's not as popular now as the other three, but it's very handy in terms, if you get used to Opera, you'll never really want to change. You normally find that with Opera users, and they have this really, I just mentioned this one feature, they've got this really cool feature of mouse gestures. So I can just hold my right mouse button and go left, and it goes back to the page I was before, or I can go right with the right mouse button down and it goes to the page I was previous. So it's really handy for if you get used to mouse gestures. I don't really see why you'd want to go to any other browser. So they have lots of different features on that website, but you can check it out with the links. And the other browser that I would consider would be Safari. Now Safari for the PC obviously doesn't run as well as it does on a Mac, but I really like this top sites visual display that they have at the start, and that's the as I browse the web then with Safari, it'll start to learn what my favorite websites are. So it'll probably have, say, like Bevo and Google search engine and things like that, and it'll start to bring in, so it's really personalized, and I love the layout of it as well. It looks fantastic. But yeah, if you just have a look at the different browsers, see what you think, and if you want to ask any more questions yourself, just ask in the ask section there on the website, and check out the forum as well if you need any more help.